Anyone has a question or comment for our cast, come grab the mic.
I don't know what miracle pills you fellows have been dispensing, but that's the most motion I've seen on Mark in the last 10 years.
Well, you know, get Mark talking about sheep, and a lot of emotion comes out.
Whoever you are, just know what you did is fine.
You're switching with the bear.
We put meth in his sugar packets. Thank you. You've done a great job.
Any other questions for our cast?
Mark did a great job.
Hi there, that it's working? I don't know if the microphone is working. I think that was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
That speech by Falstaff about honor is very famous, how it's air. I was wondering what any of you think about yourself, about honor. Was he right? Was he wrong? What do you think?
I think he was right.
I think most of us have a different opinion about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Go ahead and speak into the mic if you can.
King.
Oh,
King.
King.
There you go. The king shall answer.
I think most of us have a. Is this thing on?
Yes,
I think most of us have a different opinion about honor, just because where we're at, kind of rules our life in here. But I mean, he has a point, but you know, I don't think most of us would agree with that.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I don't need this mic. When you answer the question about honor, I believe at certain points of our life we have a belief of what honor is. And as we evolve and we meet different people and have the opportunity, for instance, to meet Miss Leslie and work together, then my beliefs have changed tremendously. And one of the things about honor that I've learned was being accountable, being a part of the team, and keeping my word. That was my honor to be here for every rehearsal. And thank you.
Maybe because I played Falstaff, I can see what he was talking about. So he's saying, if I'm alive and I'm living my life the way that I intend to, who cares what you have to say about it? And I think that's a good point. That's something I picked up. Erwin talked about changed belief systems. So now what I thought was honorable before actually brought dishonor to my family. And I had to change that and rewrote that. So now what other people might regard as cowardice, as far as valor and bravery, where I choose not to participate in violence, and I take harassment and ridicule, I now see that as honorable. So I see both sides of the field. And so understanding that what I hold valuable to me is what counts and not what other people think.
That was beautifully said by my fat friend. And to piggyback off of that, I would just say that, you know, an I statement coming from where I came from, and you know, my background, a lot of honorable things to us and myself was being real. And I've come to learn that a lot of the things that I thought was being real wasn't so real. A lot of the things that I thought were honorable were kind of like a joke on me now, you know? So to be able to come into an environment like this, Leslie pushed very hard for me to play that role. This is my first time ever doing something like that. And I thought it would be super easy because, you know, I've been on stage and did this type of thing before, but never in such a way where I had to really project this character of, you know, someone else who actually was a lot like myself, the inner me that never got to be that in the streets, be that around my peers on the outs, you know, because a lot of what I was doing was putting on a mask, you know, and just trying to get through the day and be this person that I created out there that wasn't making my family proud, that wasn't making, oh.
Cue the music. You're out of time.
I think I got it. Hello? Okay, yeah, so to wrap it up, I'm proud of who I get to be now, which is my true self. Being on this stage was super fun for me. I wasn't nervous at all. This is the first time I was not nervous on stage, and I've like sung songs in front of people, preached, and all types of stuff, and this was like the first time it was genuinely fun, and I got to be who I wanted to be, which is myself, and coincidentally, Prince Hal.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, so I definitely want to thank my daughter who inspired me to do this. My daughter Coco, she's inspired me to change who I am, to be a better person today. She's the reason I'm here today, that I graduated from college, that I'm becoming an AOD counselor, and that I'm part of this great group right here. One of the things I like to mention about Shakespeare, the therapeutic qualities that it brings. DeAndre here just said he can be himself. And a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of people, I would say within the institution, may not recognize the therapeutic value that acting brings out, right? When we're growing up as children, right, we're our natural, authentic selves. And along the way, we start to go through experiences in life. We go through abuses, however dramatic they are. And then we begin to cover ourselves with layers and layers and layers of people that we're not, in order to accept the harsh reality that we find ourselves in. What Shakespeare does more than anything is peels away all those layers and allows that child that we always were to just come out, you know, and enjoy it and see each other for who we really are. And that's not being done anywhere else. And it's really underappreciated, underrecognized. So that's just something that I really would like everyone to know about this program. Thank you.
Okay, so we're not going to get out of here without giving full recognition and acknowledgement, kind of like what Alma Wynn was talking about, to the entire Marine Shakespeare Company. Everybody else that is behind the scenes that helped make this thing work. I don't know if you're gonna be here when we get back, you know, but we've learned a lot. You left us with a piece of your heart. Whatever journey goes forward, everybody up here has a portion of your heart or your spirit in them, right? And I think it'll carry us, you know, to greater heights. Yeah, it's an unselfish act, you know, because you don't ask anything of us other than to be ourselves, like the brother was talking about. He just gets to be free, you know, and it's liberating. It's liberating. We get a moment of freedom inside of this period of captivity that we're in. And like I said, it's liberating, and we're grateful.
Yeah, one of the things that I've learned in here is what Leslie teaches in our exercises is moving with a purpose. And prior to prison, I wouldn't say I moved aimlessly or with a purpose, but I moved very reactionary. And a lot of that came from childhood trauma, which are called ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. And in here, like they said, you get to peel those layers back, those onion peels, and you get to see how hurt you were, and you get to kind of have a rebirth. But from that rebirth, you get to experience life from a state of vulnerability, and it's emotional. So Leslie, on Shakespeare, I thank you.
I just want to thank everybody from the yard for coming out and seeing all of us, and appreciate you guys watching us. And I wanted to thank George Carlin and Captain Hook. I'd like Captain Kirk over here.
The band,
You know,
the band.
we've got Robert Downey Jr. here.
The band. Thank the band.
And Galeo. We also like to thank the band. The band did a great job coming out here and doing this. We all thank you very much for coming out and watching us, and thank you guys.
Let's get it back to that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Leslie?
And Leslie, we couldn't thank you.
Come on up.
Come on up, please.
Thank you, thank you. I wanted to ask our audience, were there any characters, relationships, themes, or plot points in this play that you related to and that made you reflect on your own life?
Hey, the Hal's character, because like you said, a lot of us wore masks when we were growing up, and he was he had put a mask on at first, and then he came off and showed who he was. That's what a lot of us do. This showed us.
Anybody else want to answer that question? All right, yeah?
Who said Sir John Falstaff reminded me when he was calling all his mates cowards, and how a lot of my peers, that word coward coming up would be, it brought me back to a place where I'm like, I'm going to show you. How dare you? And I just want to inclusively, like, man, the last time I had a good belly laugh was many, many moons ago. Thank you guys. My cheeks are still.
That's right.
I just want to say, great job. I really enjoyed myself. Yeah, the wig reminded me of Rick James.
Yeah! Rick James!
All right, I got a follow-up question to our audience. Do you want to sign up for the next round of Shakespeare?
Yeah!
We laugh every week.
Come on! Come on!
Anyone in the cast have any other thoughts that you'd like to share before we wrap up for today?
2 mics.
So this is my last one at Solano. Started 2014 on A Yard, the first one on level 3 in California, ever, that part. And here we are, so for you to be here with me in this moment is special and meaningful. I'm grateful that you could share in this experience. I thank the individuals that came out and support us undyingly, like, where's the play? When's the play coming? When's the play coming? When's the play coming? And that is big, because I remember when we didn't have the support. Shakespeare, you're supposed to be hard in criminals. What are you doing? And we changed that. Like, we can say thou and those and understand and appreciate culture. So there, take that. What do you mean? I've seen people from the street. I've seen correctional officers. I've seen administrative individuals and incarcerated individuals all come together and be one because of Shakespeare. How about that?
How about that?
So I'm grateful, and I'm honored and privileged. I learned a lot. We have Alejandra. We haven't got to seeing her, and she's coming back, and it's good to see you. She's been very a constant contributor. I think it was 2 years she ain't missed a day. She was like, so people care, and people's lives are being changed by this program. People are growing, people are learning, people are being inspired. So this is not no regular ass shit. So you can say whatever, but I'm grateful that you're here, and I'm honored, so thank you.
Thank you, Pete. Have a great day.
If there is anybody in here who sits there and wonder about preparing for board or getting into peer help, in building self-help groups, mentoring, dealing with family issues, not getting contact, sitting next to guys who are getting on your last nerve, not having an opportunity to escape, around people who aren't real, their authentic self. This is my first play, and when I came in here, we started doing exercises. And we're laughing and we're trying to mimic people. And every Wednesday, 2 hours, I was not here. I was in a whole nother place with a group of guys trying to sit there and create characters. And we've been doing that our whole lives, trying to be someone who we aren't. And Leslie says, okay, you've got your script. Now what are you gonna do? How are you gonna move? And now all of a sudden you start creating this person. And I get here and I start hee-haw and kicking and all that. It wasn't in the script. But she gave us the latitude to make something your own. If you want an opportunity to have 2 hours of pure freedom, this is it. Because you can escape and can create something that will go on YouTube.
It's always that.
And be there forever.